going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're giving us social distancing a try, and this is the best we could do. So me and Don came out, and as you know, I've been on this traction bar kick lately. So we came out, we wanted to kind of play with them and show you why you put traction bars on. So this is probably as accurate as I can get, or as close as I can get to a good comparison. So both trucks are on 37s. Both trucks have the G56 manuals, both 6.7s. Don's is a mega cab, mine's a long bed, crew cab. Let's see, what else? The only difference, other than the traction bars, is Don's is a 2500. So he's got 2500 leaf springs. Mine's a 3500, but they've been changed out for 5500 leaf springs. My mistake. So what we're gonna do today with these two is we brought a strap. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna strap them together. Okay. We're gonna back it up to each other. We're gonna strap them together and put you guys down. Put the camera down under the truck so you can see the pinion. And what I want to show you is not only are they for looks, because you need something under these trucks to take care of that void, but they do way more than you think. So when I put these traction bars on mine, I knew that I was controlling axle wrap. What I didn't think was going to happen, and any of you guys with these Dodges know the noise that these things make. The G56, the manual transmissions in these, the gear over, especially when you put a dual disc on them, it's bad. They make a lot of noise. But oddly enough, when I put the traction bars on mine, it took a lot of that gear roller over noise out of the transmission, which was awesome. Also, just general drivability it's way different for some reason, and I think that's because you're keeping that rear axle in check rather than it wanting to move back and forth, wrapping around and twisting. So what we're gonna do now is we'll get backed up to each other, get the strap hooked up, and then I will go over how we're doing it and why, and then hopefully you guys can really see some results. Alright, so we hooked up, we got them how we want them. Took our strap, doubled it up, put it between both trucks. So what's going to happen here, and the test is, they're both going to be in low. We're going to keep them both in two-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive, because what I want to show is how we're controlling the rear axle and the fact that the wrap is gone. So what I'm going to do, or what we're both going to do with two trucks, like I said, two-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. We're going to put them in low, or first, I guess, if you want to call it first, and we're going to try it with no throttle. So I'm going to get mine, I'm going to hold the brakes, and we're going to wait for one of these things to happen. So either we get some spin, or we start pulling, or we start hopping. So We're going to start with Don's because he does not have his bars yet. Yet being the key term. Alright, so there is Don's with no traction bars, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be able to see that. The axle just heads for the moon and bounces around. So we'll get you set up with the traction bars, and we'll do the same thing again. Don's going to hold his brakes, and we'll see what happens if I break loose or start pulling or what happens. But the main thing here is I want you guys to see what the pinions are doing with and without traction bars, because that is the important part. Keeping everything in check, keeping your U-joints healthy, keeping your just general drivetrain. So we'll get you set up with this one and see what it does. So I hope you guys noticed the difference between the two, and if you're on the fence about traction bars, I hope this pushes you over the edge, because think about every time you take off from a light, or you're towing a trailer, or doing whatever it is you do with your truck, keeping that rear axle in check is going to save you so much heartache. Not only keeping your drivetrain healthy, but you're keeping everything lined up the way it should be. And there is one more cool thing about traction bars, is you'll be really hard pressed to get them to skip, hop, or wrap. So
Shit, look at all this rubber on a wet road.
you think, is that gonna make good enough outro?
Yes.
Man, I still got some left.
Whew, that's hot. Would you look at this?
Look at this. What is this?
Look at that. Wait.
Put it back. Put it in there. What's going on, guys? So I wanted to end this video rolling down the road here. First of all, two things. First one is I want to thank you guys for watching and liking the videos, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the video. I'd appreciate that too. I want to bring you guys the best content that I can. So I hope this helped you guys with any decisions you may or may not even be thinking about with traction bars and what to do with your truck. I just hope it helped you guys there. I really appreciate everything you guys do with the views and watching and liking and whatnot. The second thing though is I wanted to remind you guys, as of right now, given everything that's going on, as of right now, they are still planning to have Diesel Fest at the end of May. That's May 30th and 31st, Siskiyou Diesel Fest down in Medford, Oregon. It's actually at like Central Point Drag Strip. If you Google that, you'll find it. But they're still planning on doing that, which is a great event. This will be my 4th year, because I think it's our 6th annual, and I missed the first 2 years. But they have a lot of great events. You know, first day is drag racing and sled pulls. And if you guys are interested in either one of those, I really urge you guys to please sign up for the sled, sign up for the strip, do whatever you want to do. It's just all about having fun, and that's probably why this event is one of my absolute favorites, if not my favorite, because it's not just going to a big event, watching, and not being able to talk to anybody. Even though you enjoy yourself watching, this one feels like you're hanging out with your buddies. You know, I make friends and make stronger relationships every year with people that I only see this once a year. So it's a really cool event to be able to go and make some friends, and you know, everybody's got a shared interest. It's really cool. There's some really awesome trucks that show up, really awesome people. I got to meet some people in the last couple of years that I had never thought I would. You know, depending on how big you think they are or not. You know, this is an industry I really look up to and really want to be a part of. But getting back on topic here, day 2, Saturday, the 31st. That day is usually, I say usually, but it is going to be your dyno day. Northwest Dyno Circuit brings out one of their big dynos, and it's a really good thing. It's a point event deal. You know, they have a series in their own they do. So it's a legitimate loaded dyno. You're going to get accurate numbers, good numbers. So that's a lot of fun too. I urge you guys, if nothing else. I hear a lot of people that think they have insane amounts of power with a little bit of effort. You know, the big 3 is important, your intake, exhaust, and tune. But you really should know what your truck's putting down rather than just assuming. So anytime you can get on a dyno, especially one this legitimate, this is a good dyno, I strongly urge that. And then also they're going to do a little bit of roll racing too. Last year was the first year that they tried that I know of, and I actually did it because I am not a big fan of taking risks, you know, as far as launching, and I don't know. I haven't really been too hot into it. So I did some roll racing last year. It was a good time. You know, it's fun. You know, if you want to try any of this stuff, I honestly urge you guys to give it a shot. They're awesome people, the guys down there. I've never met anybody down there I didn't like, so keep that in mind. But I know this is long drawn out, but I just want to let you guys know that. I really urge you guys to come down, hang out, and maybe get your mind wrapped around what you can do with these trucks. And one last thing, and hopefully a lot of you guys watch to the end of this, but one last thing is, if you mention my channel name, Cargill450 at the gate, you won't get a damn thing. But depending on how many people do it, you're gonna have some really confused people at the gate. So make sure to mention the channel here, and let's see if we can't make them scratch their heads. So again, thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking the videos, share them with your friends if you can. I really want this thing to grow. I want to be able to bring you guys some really cool stuff in the future. So anyway, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.